Step 2. Adding and adjusting openings. Now it's time to further develop the design by adding openings to the building. First, let's add an external door to the project. Activate the 2.1 Add Entrance preset view in the view map, and switch off Grid Display and Grid Snap from the standard toolbar should they be switched on. Activate the Door tool in the toolbox and select the Door X01 item in the Favorites to load the settings of the entrance door. Select the center point geometry method in the info box. Make sure that the special snap point settings are appropriate and set to half and along the entire element before starting to insert the new door. Hold the cursor over the external side of the front wall to bring up a temporary special snap point at the center point of this wall segment. Then, click on the snap point, point 1, to define the center point insertion point of the new entrance door. Define the door opening position. Click above and to the right of the center point of the door. The new entrance door will now be inserted into the external wall. Activate the 2.2 Add Internal Door preset view and activate the Door in 01 Internal Door from the Favorites. For Geometry method, choose the Side option. Click to place the door on the internal corner point of the wall junction. Click to the right of the door in the wall to define the door position with the double I cursor. Finally, click below and to the left of the new door's center with the I-shaped cursor to define its opening direction. Let's add some more doors to the project, starting with the door for the bathroom area. Activate the 2.3 Add More Doors preset view of the Navigator view map. Select the Door tool and Door in 01 Door from the Favorites. For Geometry method, choose the Side option. Insert this door as the entrance to the bathroom at point 1, just like in the previous step. Activate the Door in 02 Internal Door and insert it for the toilet at point 2. Now we'll insert new windows into the entrance enclosure. Activate the 2.4 Add Windows preset view from the Navigator view map. Activate the Window tool from the toolbox and select the Window X01 entry from the Favorites. Select and activate the Half and the Between Intersection Points options from the Special Snap Points drop-down menu of the standard toolbar. Hold the cursor over the internal perimeter line of the curved wall to generate an intermediate temporary snap point in the middle. Click this point to define the position of the new window. Move the I-shaped cursor outside the curved wall and click once to define the orientation of the window. Add 2 new windows in the middle of the external wall segments for the bathroom and the toilet. Now we'll insert 2 new sliding doors into the project. Activate the 2.5 Add Sliding Doors preset view from the Navigator view map and activate the Door X02 Sliding Door from the Favorites. For Geometry method, choose the Side option to place doors at both sides of the bottom corners of the exhibition space. First, click the inside corner point of the bottom left wall junction, point 1, to define the insertion point. Now, click with the double I cursor above the wall corner. The position of this click at point 2 defines which wall the sliding door should be placed into. Now, click with the I-shaped cursor to the left, point 3, outside the external wall to define its opening direction. To place the second sliding door, repeat the previous steps. Now let's insert and multiply another sliding door into the southern external wall of the exhibition space. Activate the 2.6 Multiply Sliding Doors preset view and select the previously used Door X02 sliding door from the Favorites. Start by defining the insertion point and click the inside corner of the bottom left wall junction, point 1. Define the placement into the southern external wall by clicking on the right side, point 2, with the double I cursor. Finally, define the door's opening direction by clicking outside the wall, point 3. Now, select the new sliding door. Move the cursor above it while holding down the Shift key and click once. The pre-selection highlight indicates the sliding door you wish to select. Use the Tab key to switch between pre-selected elements if necessary. Now, click the top right corner selection point of the door to bring up the pet palette. Select the Multiply button on the pet palette to add an extra 2 copies of this door to the project. Enter 2 as the number of copies in the Multiply dialog box and select the Distribute method. Click on one of the selection dots on the right side of the door to define the origin of the multiplication. Move the cursor to the internal corner point of the bottom right wall junction and wait for the checkmark cursor shape to appear. Click here with the checkmark cursor to complete the multiply operation. Deselect the 2 new doors by clicking elsewhere and then open the 04 Perspective preset view in the Camera Views folder of the Navigator to check the project in 3D. Select 2.7 Working with Virtual Trace from the Navigator view map. Right-click on 0 Ground Floor from the Project Map Story list and define it as a reference by choosing the Show as Trace Reference command from the drop-down list. Now the ground floor plan appears as a virtual reference or ghost on our active elevation view. The different floor plan sections and elevations can be displayed as references in our active view. Archicad 11 enables you to switch reference views with active views, drag, rotate, or temporarily displace the reference. Open the drop-down list of the Trace button on the standard toolbar and select the Switch Reference with Active command. This way, the active elevation view that's been active to this point becomes the reference and the ground floor plan becomes active. Now, let's remove the reference from beneath our active drawing by selecting the Drag Reference command from the Trace drop-down list. Then, click in the window and move the mouse to the left, keeping parallel with the help of the guidelines until the active drawing no longer covers the reference. Now, we'll add some more openings to the project on the upper gallery level. Activate the 2.8 Working with Virtual Trace preset view in the view map to go to the upper gallery level. Select the Below Current Story option from the Trace Choose Reference menu. This will reference the ground floor plan to the current floor plan view. Switch on the eyedropper button to pick any element parameter to be the default. Using the eyedropper cursor, click the door in order to copy its properties and have them become the default door properties. As you find any of the corner points, they will be pre-selected and some basic details about the entrance door will appear. Select the Side Geometry method Anchor Point in the info box. Choose the Sill to Story 1 vertical anchor in the info box. Insert another copy of the entrance door on the gallery level into the northern external wall, towards the terrace, on the right side. Use point 2 as the insertion point. Now, click to the left of the insertion point to determine the orientation, and finally, click below and to the right to determine the door's opening direction. Let's insert 2 new windows, a rectangular and a circular one, on the gallery level. Activate the 2.9 Add Windows to the Gallery preset view in the view map. Select the window EX02 entry from the favorites. And on the Parameters tab, select Sill to Story 1 from the anchor list. Make sure that the Side Anchor Geometry method is activated. Click the wall corner point to define the insertion point of the new window. Now, click to the right with the double I cursor to define the orientation, and then click above the wall with the I cursor to define the window's opening direction. Now, let's add a circular window on the gallery level. Activate the window EX3 circular window entry in the favorites. Select the Sill to Story 1 vertical anchor from the pop-up menu. Select the Center Anchor Geometry method in the info box. Open the Set Special Snap Values dialog box from the standard toolbar and enter 4 for divisions. Choose the division's Special Snap Point method and along the entire element. Move the cursor over the external perimeter line of the western wall to generate 4 temporary special snap points at quarterly distances. Position the cursor above the top temporary snap point so that your cursor becomes a check mark. Click here to determine the insertion point of the circular window. Move the cursor to the external side of the wall and click again to determine the window's opening direction. Repeat the same steps to symmetrically insert the same circular window into the eastern wall on the other side of the building. Let's modify the previously created windows through an elevation project view. Activate the 2.10 Modifying Windows in Elevation Preset view in the View map to open the northern elevation to continue the design development. Turn off Grid Display in the event that it is turned on. Switch on the tracker on the standard toolbar. Select the left window on the lower floor plan, shift and click the window, and click on one of the selection hotspots at its lower corner to activate the pet palette. Activate the Stretch Vertically button on the pet palette to redefine the height of this window. Start to enter 0.45 for the new height value. The tracker will open up. Hit the Enter key to complete the window resize operation. Now let's reduce the height of the second window by applying the settings of the previously modified first window. Activate the eyedropper button from the standard toolbar. Now, click any of the corner points of the previously stretched window so that the half-filled eyedropper cursor is visible. The window is pre-selected to load its properties as defaults. Activate the Inject Parameters command using the syringe button in the toolbar. Now, click with the syringe cursor on any of the corner points of the pre-selected second middle window to transfer the previously loaded parameters to this window. Click the Fit in Window icon to display the entire elevation in the window. Click elsewhere in the elevation view to deselect any elements. We'll now multiply the window on the gallery level in an elevation view. First, activate the 2.11 Multiplying Windows preset elevation view in the Navigator view map to open the northern elevation. Set the gallery level as Trace Reference by right-clicking its name in the Navigator project map and choosing Show as Trace Reference from the appearing context menu. Feel free to reposition the reference so it is not situated under the elevation. Use the Drag Reference option from the Trace drop-down list from the standard toolbar. Right-click on the gallery window marked by point 1 while holding down the Shift key, and from the appearing context menu, choose the Move Multiply option. Enter 3 for the number of copies, and select the Distribute -1 method, then click OK to leave the dialog. Start the multiplication from the upper right corner of the selected gallery window and finish it with the top right corner of the gallery door to create 3 more evenly distributed windows on the gallery level. Check the results on the referenced floor plan view. Notice that it, as well as all the other project views, have been updated automatically. Let's modify the sliding doors on the lower story in the eastern and western walls to be placed in line with the gallery slab above them. First, we'll stretch one of the sliding doors in the section view and experience how the project model, and also the plan view, updates automatically. Activate the 2.12 Edit Sliding Door Preset Section View from the Navigator view map. Set the ground floor as Trace Reference by right-clicking its name in the Navigator project map and choosing Show as Trace Reference from the appearing context menu. Feel free to reposition the reference so it is not situated under the section. Use the Drag Reference option from the Trace drop-down list on the standard toolbar for this purpose. Click the top left selection hotspot of the selected sliding door to bring up the pet palette. Select the Stretch Horizontally button on the pet palette to stretch the sliding door to match the gallery slab edge. Click with the checkmark cursor on the corner of the gallery slab to complete the stretching of the sliding door. Notice that the referenced floor plan has also been automatically updated. Now, we'll edit the other sliding door in the 3D window. First, return to the floor plan by right-clicking anywhere in the section window and choosing the Go To Floor Plan option from the context menu. Activate the Marquee tool. Make sure that the bold All Floors selection method and the rectangular geometry method have been selected in the info box. Draw a marquee rectangle or floor plan. Right-click to open the 3D window by selecting the Show Selection Marquee in 3D option from the context menu to display just that part of the project that has been selected with the marquee rectangle. Zoom into the 3D window to the sliding door that needs to be stretched so that the edge of the gallery is also visible. Select the sliding door in the side wall and click on its top corner selection hotspot to activate the pet palette. Choose the Stretch Horizontally option on the pet palette to adjust the width of the sliding door to the edge of the gallery slab. Move the cursor over the edge point of the gallery slab so that the cursor changes to a check mark, indicating that it has recognized the edge point of the slab. Click this edge point in order to execute the stretch operation, and you'll see that the door has stretched to match the edge of the gallery slab. Switch back to the floor plan view. Select the Remove Marquee option from the context menu to remove the previously created marquee.